We're back. I know it's been a little bit, but that's because I've been waiting on some parts to come in, which is pretty much everything for my suspension on the Civic. Got the rear lower control arms. Same thing I did for the 92 Honda I used to have. Got the front upper control arms. Now, these aren't as camber or adjustable as I thought they would be, but we'll probably make it work. Kind of sucks that it didn't come with the bushings in here with the rod that attaches to the fender, but we'll figure it out. I got my coilovers down here. Nothing special, just cheap eBay ones. You know, I'm not gonna put freaking $2,000 coilovers on a 30-year-old car. All right, that's all dope. Let's not waste any more time. Get outside, get this thing started.
Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Oh yeah. Jacking it up's gonna be the fun part.
I get this right there.
Alright, so turns out the car's too low to get the jacks under on the pinch weld under there. So I just went ahead and set it on the front frame right here under the bumper. And always put a rock behind your back tires when you do stuff like this. I got the tires under the car, and what I'm going to start doing now is gathering a bunch of sockets to start getting all the sizes together and everything. I'll put a list up right here, and once I do that, I'll start taking everything apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make this as quick and easy as possible, and by doing that, we're going to start up here on the top. We're just going to break these strut bolts loose. That's a little too much, but just so now that that's loose, we have a little bit of wiggle room to break our control arm free. Because what I noticed is, here's a picture right here, in the new control arms, they didn't come with this bracket. And I'm going to have to cut the old one out of the original. So we're going to have to take out the whole control arm, including the bracket. All right, so what I went ahead and did, so I took this 14 out right here. That's the knuckle bracket to hold the strut assembly in place. Went ahead and unbolted these right here. They're technically a 16, but I was able to use a 17 on there because I do not have a 16 for some reason. Unbolted the control arm bracket, I guess, and then I got the strut assembly here still. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get the small jack under here, and I'm gonna kind of just tap, really just gonna tap the knuckle. I'm just gonna tap the, not tap, well, I still gotta take those off. I completely forgot about those. But once I get those off, then I will tap the knuckle to kind of get it off the bottom of the shock here, and then it's really hot out. It's too hard to think right now. 10mm bracket, cotter pin, ball joint nut. Wish you could have seen that hit. That was awesome. Well, there's the control arm, but we still got to get this out, which means we got to get this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of beat down on this somehow, and so I can get it to come down this strut assembly right here. And once that comes out, we'll be able to get the control arm out too. But see, you can't really see. Well, here you can. So this bracket right here did not come with the new one. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm probably gonna have to cut these out. Actually, wait, no. If I take these bolts out on the side right here, I can slide that whole bracket upwards. It's gonna be tight, but it'll work. Well, I'll get back to you guys when I can get this down right here. So what I'm doing is I'm pretty much just using the little ridge there, and well, it was before it slid up, but now I got a little gap in there, so it should be a little easier to get out at this point. All right, got her out. I don't even know where that came from. Oh, yeah, so that actually is the strut assembly bracket. Had to take it out of the bushing right there. That bolt's gonna be a pain in the butt to get back in, but had to do it. Finally got it out though, so clearly worth it. I take it, yeah, those washers were sitting right on there. Sweet, all right, cool. So that is a lowering spring. These are shot, but I'm gonna give these springs to a buddy of mine, so he can use them on his Civic. And that's what I wanted right there. Now, because these are shorter, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to put the knuckle on first, not the knuckle, the bracket that sits on the knuckle. I'm gonna get that back on first, and then I'm going to put the shocking, the bracket, because since this is so short, I'll be able to just tilt it back and pretty much put it into the body of the car. All right, so got the bracket back in, and I kind of got it all set up. Nothing's bolted up right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower this down just the slightest bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put the knuckle on the ball joint right here. And then I'll just like hand tighten the screws on, just kind of get it all bolted back together. And I'll show you a quick process of that too. I got the cotter pin nut in. I'm gonna come up here with some crusher washers, put those on, and then get your new nuts. I think they're still the same size, 14 millimeters. I'm not even gonna worry about putting the washers on the bottom because that's just kind of ridiculous to me, because then the strut assembly is not even sitting flush with the body right there. So yeah, I ain't even gonna worry about that. Now you tighten these down right here, and then come down here, you're gonna tighten down your whatever the frick it's called. You're gonna go back here and you're gonna tighten down your bracket clamp for the shock itself. And I gotta say, looks really freaking dope. All right, and there you have it. One side done, one more to go. Finally got it put back together. Everything's tightened down now. Gotta raise it up some and get it off these stands, put it on the ground and see how it looks. Wow, I really misjudged that. So what I'm gonna have to do now is I'm gonna put it back up in the air, and I'm just gonna adjust the height, really. I mean, I can go ahead and set the preload too, but I ain't too worried about all that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that ride height. Guys, I messed up. I bought a set of lifting coilovers rather than a set of lowering coilovers. So that was the issue after spending a whole nother hour trying to set good ride height. Don't do what I did.